everyone, and welcome to the 2022 Western Showdown, the largest international women's curling event in Canada this season. We're so glad you've decided to join us to see some of the top female curlers in the world participate in this event. My name is Jim Grundy. I'm the branch director of RBC Dominion Securities here in Swift Current. Our branch is not only a huge fan and supporter of curling in our community, we're so proud to be supporting the Western Showdown for its inaugural year. RBC is committed to working with our community partners to promote and celebrate vibrancy in sport in the communities in which we live. Thank you to everyone from the Western Showdown team for putting together this amazing event. On behalf of RBC, enjoy the tournament.
Good morning, everyone. Well, afternoon. Man, I lost track of time. My name is Mark. Thanks for joining us early afternoon or morning, late night, wherever you guys are watching this from. We've got the sixth draw of the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown between Team Gim out of South Korea playing Nancy Martin out of Saskatoon. This presentation is brought to you by Curling Stadium. It's bringing you this event from Swift Current, Saskatchewan, Canada. So again, thanks for everybody joining, whether you're joining us from Facebook or the CBC Sports YouTube page or the Curling Zone YouTube page. Once again, my name is Mark No. I think I'll be doing commentary solo today, so feel free to chime in the chat wherever you're from. Definitely like talking to people, especially when I'm kind of doing this solo. So yeah, good morning, everyone. This is going to be a quarterfinal-ish on the A side. Both teams coming off a win from the late draw last night. Team Martin taking a win over Janelle Jens, and Team Gim winning over Corinne Brown. I think it was a big win for them last night, if I recall, looking at the scoreboard. Oh, I did get a correction. This is going to be the A semifinals I was just looking at this. Because the winner of this game will advance to the A qualifier game. So, for more information, you go to Curling Zone. You can click on standings, and it'll actually take you to the bracket where you can see everything. It is a triple knock format, and so there's going to be 2 teams that make it through the A event qualifier, and then you'll have some teams in the lower events that eventually make it to an 18 playoff, I believe. So once again, thanks to production for that. So far, getting back to the game here, you got pretty standard setup here, right? Team Martin without the hammers got some play towards the center, while Team Gim has their corner guard and a rock kind of buried underneath it here. So Team Gim is going to have to make a play at the center here, so we'll see them take an attempt. I don't know if this is going to be a straight run or peel. I think there's enough of a stagger, so the run. Oh, and a little bit of a bad break. They make contact on the top rock and tick it to the side, but actually leave the shooter in a spot that's kind of effectively guarding it here. So, where the shooter rolled up it actually is kind of a tricky spot because it takes away the outturn draw here. So, although they'll likely take another chance at the runner in their next shot, and this time they'll have the ability to run their own rock instead of Team Martin. So that is beneficial for them in this case. So, Team Martin, just discussing this with their front end, just kind of letting them know where they want. I think they have to be pretty careful about this. You could say you can just come into the rings here to have another counter, although then you run the risk of leaving a double and actually roll to the wings here. So, probably just kind of discussing the shot and what would be acceptable tolerance, or where you could miss this rock. Sweeper's managing it all the way here, constantly communicating about where the weight is. It looks like it's going to end up as a 2 guard. It's got some room to go here, so it does cover the center. So probably wanted it a little bit closer, or maybe just a hair under that red would have been ideal, but still a usable shot, because even if this run is made, they'll have a come around draw on their last one. So we'll see the brim go down. Looks like it is going to be an attempted run. I mean, ideally, if they can get it to, I think close to no should be close to getting the hit and roll under cover here. The weight's going to be, they can determine if they're able to stick or not here. So first just skips rocks for Team Gib. Sweeper's on this early here, looking to hold line here. Want to get as close to nose as possible, and just hits it just a hair thin. So it is going to roll away now. Team Martin, skipped by Nancy Martin here, will have an opportunity to sink another one in the rings here. So a couple options here. You can always go dead buried underneath the center guard. You could also try to Christmas tree it a little bit, so you're guarding the low side of that rock, and the draw to the button. So it looks like she is going to kind of Christmas tree it a little bit. So what I mean by that is you got your center guard here, and then you've got the one on the side of the 4 foot, and you're essentially drawing a line through that and placing a rock somewhere in the middle. So probably looking for top 8, maybe just biting the 4 foot. Again, just covering the low side. So Team Gim does not have that little hit and flop inside for there to get out of this mess. Final rock for Team Martin. Sweeper's on this early, but not a hard rush here. Just kind of a heavy clean here. Again, want to be cognizant of the weight. Your tolerance is probably a bit on the higher side. Don't want to really bring it down to that red rock and leave an easy double here. And weight's spot on. It doesn't quite curl as much as they like here, so you've got essentially a double and stick here for their 2. So not an easy shot by any means, but if you're Team Gim, you're probably happy to see that leave there. Final rock for Yoonji Kim. Looking for the double and stick here. Again, this one's being swept early out of hand here. Gonna have to do best to hold it up. Does make contact, does get the double, and rolls out. Nice shot for Team Gim there. So they will take a 2-point lead here after the first end, and we'll have the second end with Team Martin having hammer after this break.
Sasktel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? Sasktel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
We just got our shipment of logos here in for our next event, which is going to be the mixed doubles. As you can see, there's a few of them. There's roughly 20 logos per sheet to be put in for the mixed doubles, along with a couple extra little dots. But all our logos come from Jet Ice. They are the best logos to put in. We use them around the world, and they're very easy to install. As you can tell, this is the Center Ice logo that's going to be going in for the world. This is about a 4-footer by 10. It's going to look like $1 million. Their colors on their logos are always nice and vibrant. And like I said before, very easy to put in.
And we are back for the 6th draw of the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown. We've got a good match for you guys. This is the A event semifinals here. Winners will go on to the A qualifier game. And again, this is, I believe, a 24 team triple knock event. Not 100% sure, but for more information, feel free to go to check out Curling Zone, which they'll have the scores, brackets, world team rankings here. We've got a good game so far here. Team Gim gets an opening deuce in the first end from a wonderful hit and stick, or hit and stay in the rings. So in the second end here, we're going to see Team Martin go hard to get a deuce back here on the board. So we've seen a normal kind of setup. Your Team Gim looking to go top 4, and Team Martin throwing up the corner guard. And we'll see here. We'll see if Team Gim elects to go ahead and put a second one in the rings, or if they're just gonna go with the traditional center guard here. They do it as a guard. It doesn't quite curl enough to get to the center line. So, you know, the tick is not an option here, but actually shot stone is open here. So Team Martin's going to make a play on here. See if they can get here with quiet weight. They are to make it. They get just a hair on the high side, so we'll see Team Gim take an attempt here at the soft weight hit and roll. Yeah, soft weight hit and roll to try to get to the inside of that rock to get underneath their center guard. They were able to make contact, but end up rolling out to the side here. So now Team Martin's going to switch gears here. They're going to ignore the one out on the wings here and go ahead and this one appears to be sailing just a hair deep here. Trying to sweep it, and it does end up buried shot rock, but back in the 8-foot here, so plenty of room for Team Gim to come down to it. You can even play it with a tiny bit of weight, like kind of a heavy draw to take it out of play here, or just freezing it, or even, you know, back 4, little separation will work just fine. So a lot of options here. Sweeper's on it initially here, but kind of backing off on it. Looks like it's got quite a bit of room to curl here. But now that we've hit the hog line, should start moving here pretty good. We see a little bit of carving here for this late sweep to get it to move over. And it's going to get very close to the face. That's a really good rock, so there might be a tiny bit of separation, but for all intents and purposes, that's pretty much locked on. Nancy Martin attempting to freeze on top, and this one just hangs out there just a little bit here. So Team Gim will have I guess not quite a similar shot here. They'll probably actually play the little tap here, tap and roll to the inside here. So maybe just what they just threw, maybe just a hair more weight. But instead of throwing that, they're actually going to throw a little bit more weight and throw probably something. I don't know if she indicated normal from where she was kind of tapping here. Having to go hard on the sweep here just to make sure that we're getting contact. They'll definitely get there, but maybe hitting it just a hair thin. It does hit it a hair thin and rolls over the top, ends up settling in the back of the 12-foot for fourth rock. So a little bit of a break there. So now Team Martin will look to reset here and draw down on top of that rock. This one does get in front of the red rock there. It doesn't come all the way to the back one. So there is a little bit of room, although it is a little bit on the... I think they would have liked it a shade to the left there, so to kind of jam on the back one, but definitely a good effort. Some separation, so might be able to hit it on the high side and just move it over the top of the other one. You'd like to keep your shooter around if possible, right, to keep up the pressure. Or just tap it on the nose with enough weight here. Oh wait, appears to be just a hair up. Going a little bit late on the sweep here, try to get to it. Maybe just kind of a plan B, just to poke it on the side. They do make contact and move it where it's just behind the tee. But now Team Martin's got a good chance to go top 4, maybe just bite the button and really leave no room for Team Gim here. This one's coming in just a hair hot here. Don't think it's going to curl enough to get quite to the spot they're looking for here, and it ends up going to be sitting back 4. So now leaving quite a bit of the button available for Team Gim here. So if they're able to lock it on there, especially if they're able to tap the one that's just kind of the back of the button and create a little pocket, it'll be a really good situation and really tough for Team Martin to get a deuce there. Again, you got to be careful about the shot. If you're heavy and roll out, then Team Martin's looking at getting a possibly 3 here. First, just skips rocks here. Team Gim looking just for a good piece of the button. Take a little tap here. Sweepers appear to be pretty happy with the weight, right? Just a light clean or heavy clean here, right? Not really having to go super hard. And just escorting it down, and they are going to get it. It's going to touch the button here. And thanks to the production team for this look at the overhead cam. I can't tell who is shot here. I think it's Team Martin is 1, and then Team Gim would be 2 here. So a good effort, right? And regardless if that's shot or not, Team Martin is gonna can't really make a play at it, because from what you can see of that Team Gimrock is it's gonna just jam on your back yellow. So you can't really make a play at it. I think the initial thought was just almost guarding it. So Team Gim can't promote it or tap it up for their next one here. So it looks like they're gonna try to guard it or set up an angle where they can actually poke it out the other way with the run later. But that's not a fun looking shot. Still a bit of discussion here. I suppose you could. They are looking at this off the side here. That's the easiest way to get the red out, because you almost have to hit the red that's in the top of the forefoot, top button, from the side to really get it out. You don't want to really disturb. You'd like to keep your counters in the back forefoot in the back button area. So this in-off is a possibility. Even if you hit it just a hair low, you might be able to, if you go underneath the red, you're definitely shot because you never lose the thrown rock here. So I think this is gonna yep, they're lining it up. So I guess this is gonna be the play here. First, I skipped rock for Team Martin here. Looking for the in off the wing here. Electing to throw the in-turn at it. And see if it'll catch it and then roll sharply off of it. Does hit it, hits it a hair thick. So it does roll towards the center here, but does not make contact on any of the rocks on the center line here. So so now Team Gim will look at making some sort of play on this top red. I think the question is, what kind of angle do you want to hit it on? What kind of weight do you want to throw it on, right? And then you have to be careful of where you're leaving. You don't want to bounce it off too far, right? And leave Team Martin some sort of, shot with big weight to rip it out there for 3 or 4 here. So you'd like to keep both keep some rocks in play here. So yeah, so I think we're just going to see tapping it just right to the pin. So looking probably just that kind of T-line weight. Looking at some other possibilities here. I don't know if they were looking at possibly playing something off that yellow that Team Martin just threw and just kind of hitting and rolling off that to get just that little bit of a tap on the button one. But I think this shot's a little bit more straightforward here. Sweeper's going hard here. Line shouldn't be a problem here. It's got to get there for the weight here. Again, you can afford to be just a hair heavy. Looking to tap this just on the nose, and that looks like it is made. So nice little tap there, right? Nice little delicate shot here. Team Gim sitting one, and for Team Martin, how do you get that out of there? There's kind of a double here, I suppose. You probably lose the yellow rock that's in the back of the button here, right? You're hitting this just a hair on the high side. The top one rolls out, the back one red spins off that yellow, and you pick up two this way. Final rock here for Team Martin, looking for the double for their two. Weight's not a problem here. I don't think she popped it at the end here. Looking to get pretty close to nose, just hair high side. Does make the hit, and I didn't see the angle it hit it at, but ends up leaving Team Gim a shot rock there. So well played in. Steal of one for Team Gim. Team Martin will retain hammer and have that for you in the third end after this break.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
We just got our shipment of logos here in for our next event, which is going to be the mixed double. As you can see, there's a few of them. There's roughly 20 logos per sheet to be put in for the mixed doubles, along with a couple extra little dots. But all our logos come from Jet Ice. They are the best logos to put in. We use them around the world, and they're very easy to install. As you can tell, this is the center ice logo that's going to be going in for the world. This is about a 4-footer by 10. It's going to look like $1 million. Their colors on their logos are always nice and vibrant. And like I said before, very easy to put in.
Interesting decision here. Looks like they're going with the traditional double. I think if the one in the top 12 was just a bit more in the rings, would have seen it playing the bottom rock first here. Sweeper's going hard for this. Does make contact on those two rocks. I didn't think the triple was there, so they do get rid of it, and Team Gim is definitely shot rock here, but I think they're first and third, so I think Team Martin will have kind of a hit and roll, just kind of roll in for 2 here to sit 2. A little bit of more of a discussion here. Asking for just a hair more ice. Looking for the hit and roll here. Sweeper's having to go hard for line here because we're getting very close to nose. Don't want to hit it too thin though and go out the side here. Going hard to sweep. Other sweep trying to get it back to spin in here. And yep, just a hair too thin. Tough shot. Team Martin does get on the board, getting their single. So Team Gim will get hammer back in the 4th end, which we'll have for you after this break.
Saskatchewan, you know Sasktel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With Sasktel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. Sasktel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sasktel.com/sponsorships.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
And we are back. Again, thanks for everyone that's joining us. We are in the 6th draw, a semi-final action here at the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown. My name's Mark Go. I'll be doing a commentary for this game between Team Uijeongbu out of South Korea taking on Nancy Martin out of Saskatoon. So, quick peek there. You can see all the other games that are going on. Quick peek at the scoreboards. For those that are interested in watching some of these other games, or just a listing of the games, feel free to go head over to curlingzone.com where you'll see information about all the games, the events, not just this event, but kind of a lot of events across the world. And for certain events, next to the scores will be a little play button that'll take you to a YouTube link. So that's where this game's being. One of the places this game is currently being broadcasted on the Curling Zone YouTube page. But for this event, we're also partnering with the CBC Sports YouTube page. So if you're joining us from there, thanks for joining us this morning, or I'm sorry, this afternoon. Keep on doing that. But I suppose this could be morning or evening, just kind of wherever you're watching this from here. I'm doing the broadcast in the United States. Which is kind of wild to think about it. You know, I'm here in the southern part of the U.S. in Oklahoma, doing a broadcast of a game from Saskatchewan, Canada, between a team from South Korea and Saskatoon. So definitely thankful for the technology that Curling Stadium brings us to be able to watch events between teams that are ranked in the top 50 in the world. So pretty neat stuff here. So Team Gim here with a 2-point lead and hammer, in a good position here. You know, they with Team Martin trying to steal, they threw the center guard. Team Gim went ahead, went behind. I think Team Martin was looking to go something like kind of a tight guard, something they could run in, but it ended up coming into the ring. So Team Gim will gladly just kind of hit that rock and roll out to the wings here. So not a traditional setup for teams with hammer here, but a good position, right? They've got one in the wings and they've got shot rock, so sitting in a good position. Team Martin looks like they're going with the uber aggressive call here and looking to draw back 4-foot. I think this one's always kind of hard to judge, right? Because you don't want to be too heavy on this. But you know, you are kind of drawing into a natural spot. Weight was pretty spot on, but I think the line was maybe just a bit tight. Ends up rubbing off the side of it. Does kind of poke it out from undercover here. But now Team Gim will have the luxury of hitting this and rolling anywhere, either rolling behind cover or rolling towards the wings to have another counter. I would think they would want to roll towards the wings here, and if this brushing is any indication, it looks like they're trying to keep it high side. Backed off it for a second here, but now kind of back on towards the end. Does make the hit and rolls very nicely to the wings and selling for another counter in there. So with it poking out on the other side, Team Martin's just going to switch sides of the house and looking to get to this rock via the outturn side here. So not looking to draw behind. I think they're just trying to plant something on top, and then maybe kind of run and stick their guard later in this end. This one's hanging out there just a little bit here. Does get it to the hog and then now kind of hit that break point and start moving down. And does end up in a nice spot. Very, very usable, right? That they're definitely going to be able to just make any contact with that yellow rock that they just threw and get rid of shot rock here. So a couple options here if you're Team Gim. You can kind of tap it with quiet weight here and just unlock the back one. You can always peel that center guard, but you have to be worried about where you're peeling that to. You know, you don't want to really run it into your ones off the side here. And I think they may just kind of blow up that yellow-red on that was just established on the last rock here. And they do. And they keep the shooter there, which is a bit of a bonus, I think. So it is higher in the rings now. And definitely open here, so I think if Martin goes underneath there, right, then Team Gim will have kind of a short angle run here. Kind of worrying about what's accumulating off to the side here. It looks like they're calling just to start getting rid of some of those counters off to the side and go from there. Yeah, you got to be worried about these ones on the edge here that kind of just stack up during the course of the end here. Does get the top one, or moves the top one into the back one and kind of stuffs it. So does reduce the count effectively here. But Team Gim sitting 2 in the rings here and with a couple options. Yeah, you could almost get rid of that top yellow, right? And then and almost pretty much guarantee a deuce here. Because there's not really a double off the 2 reds in the rings. So, talking through the options, you can kind of group them off to the side there. You can split the house, or further split the house and draw to the other rings. And I believe that's what they're doing. So just drawing to the wings on the other side here. To bring 3 into play here. Sweeper's indicating that it is up here. So not wanting to hook a lick to it and cross his teeth, so Nancy's gonna get on it and it ends up out. We saw this the previous end where they kind of came out of the house to talk about it between Nancy and Lindsay here. You know, I think it's always a good opportunity to reset here, but I don't know if this is indicative of you know, just trying to make sure that they're on the same page strategy-wise and how they want to play this end out. With this ice, I'm not sure what the call is here. It looked like a little tight to play this come-around draw. I would have thought they would have taken more ice for that here, so I don't know if this is a quiet tap off the top yellow. And this one's got a case of the heavies as well, as that one is through the rings here, so so really nothing changed after these last 2 shots, except for we're just 2 rocks less in the end. And instead of oh, maybe Nancy was playing a split. Maybe that would make a little bit more sense, maybe. So Team Gim here, it looks like they are not going to just draw into the other side of the house. I think they were initially looking at peeling that top yellow, but looks like they changed their mind and electing to just kind of sink another one into the rings here. It's just something touch the center line, probably top 8, just by the 4-foot. Sweeper's not too worried about this. Just kind of exporting it, keeping clean. Not too hard of a brush here. Going a little bit at the end here. And does settle in full 12 foot. Taking away kind of that draw path on that side to the button. Although they don't really need to get to the button, right? Anything in the full 8 foot is going to be shot. But want to be hidden, of course, here. We'll have the first of Skip's rocks coming up here, and after a small little break, after some more discussion here. I could see them wanting to make sure that they're on the same page as far as, where you kind of want to place this rock, because even if you're behind cover, Team Gim is going to have a few options to run and stick and sit for as a result here. So probably wanting to get closer to the center line, I think, and maybe even back 4, back 8, right, to make a little bit more separation for the rocks here. First to Skip's rocks here. Just looking to come around everything here. Sweeper's on this early here. Looking to get around here. This is gonna be just a... Ooh, it comes around nicely. I was worried about that taking the guard. Does end up settling 4-shot rock in the kind of back button area. It is at a bit of a... It doesn't overcurl, so it's not going to be accessible via run back on the right-hand side of the rock if you're looking from the hack. Because you'd have to get the inside of nose there. You could attempt to run it back with... You could run back the other side here, but it looks like they're just going to elect to peel the center guard here and to make that other run, bring that into play. Does end up making the peel, so now it is going to be pretty open here. So Nancy's got a couple options here. She can draw and sit 2, which is an option. She can put the guard up. She can take away one of the counters and maybe roll in. Talking about hitting and rolling off that side one. Yeah, it looks like they're indicating just hitting and flopping for the one that's kind of on the side of the house, right? If they hit and just get an inside roll and sit 2 here. Now if they hit and if they nose, then they're not sitting 2. If they roll away, then they'll just be sitting 4th shot here, so it's going to be important where they put this rock here. Yeah, you can't really take away both runs here, so in essence this is a shot that be the same as drawing in, but you get the bonus of reducing a possible game counter. Last rock for Team Nancy Martin. On it early, now asking it to curl here. Does hit it kind of thin, and it is going to end up rolling to back halfway in the 12 foot here. So yeah, that's end up gonna sitting for 3rd shot here. But interestingly enough here, if you ever take on the more straightforward run, right, and you miss it, then you're giving up 2. So it was important for this to roll to a spot where they were, you know, at least 3rd here. So with that being the case here, Team Gim is going to have to run back the one at the left-hand side of your screen if you're looking from the hack, or the right-hand side of the screen if you're looking from the overhead cam view here. You can't really pick it out either because the pick is just it's just for, well, you could pick it out, it's just for 1 though. And if you ever wreck your top 1, then you're giving up a steal of 2 here. So last rock for Team Gim here, looking for the angle raise for 2. Sweepers don't seem to be overly concerned with it. It's got a curl, or it's going to hit it too thin here. Does hit it too thin, and ticks the top red one on the way. And they did settle, and that is going to be a steal 1 for Team Martin. So Team Martin gets 1 more point back here. Team Gim will be up 3-2 and retain hammer for the 5th end, which we'll have for you after this short break.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games, and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Sasktel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? Sasktel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
And we're back. Team Martin does get a steal this last end, so it will be Team Gim with hammer this end. As they have a 3-2 lead in draw 6, one of the A semifinals here in the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown. My name is Mark Nell. Thanks for everyone that is joining us and watching some fun curling action. Always good to watch curling, especially some of the events that may or may not have been covered in the past. I am doing this broadcast remotely. While this event is in Saskatchewan, Canada, I'm actually doing this broadcast or doing my commentary from Oklahoma in the U.S. And these types of broadcasts were not available to me years ago when I picked up this wonderful sport of curling. So I'm glad I get to watch curling and kind of talk about it. So. Good to see Megan in the chat. Hello. As we start unraveling the second half of this game, we'll just take a quick peek at some of the other games going on. Team Peterson is up 2-1 over Team Yagi. Team Constantini and Farmer all tied up at 2 in the 5th end. Tiernzoni's got a lead of 3-1 over Team Morrison there in the 5th end. Team Corinne Brown, they are up 5-0 over Varnes. And Team Kim is up 4-1 over Team Anderson. For all the information as far as this event and other events across the globe, feel free to pop over to Curling Zone. You can see for instance, for the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown, you can see the playoff bracket, and I'll have it there in a kind of a nice visual format, so you can see. This is a triple knock event with 8 teams going to the playoffs here, and this is one of the qualifier games to get to the A final. So this end seems to be unwrapping similar to the last end, where Team Gim did have one out in the wings, and then one towards the center. So sitting 2, which Nancy Martin will have to start kind of figuring out the best way to make a play at this, but we're also trying to keep some steal possibilities in mind here. So does decide to kind of draw around everything and ends up sitting just straddling the tee line or on the back side of it. So after the 5th rock has been played, Team Gim is going to like to go ahead and peel the tighter guard here. Leaving him on the center, but definitely going to be a nuisance for Team with Hammer. So getting up and removing the one that's tighter and covering shot rock is important here. So no attempt at the run, just straight peel here, and gets that off. See Amanda in the chat. Hello. Thanks for joining us. I do want to take this time to kind of remind everyone that we do have more curling today. This is draw number 6 of the event. We'll have draw number 7 kicking off in roughly 2 hours from now, and then we will have the 8th draw, or draw 8, a few hours after that, although I don't know if that's going to be a tiebreaker or not. So if anyone in production has any information on that, or that may not just be updated. But yeah, you can check Curling Zone throughout the day and see what games are coming up. So Team Martin does have a little bit of a luxury here with the missed hit on the previous rock here. Has a chance to either sink another one in here or put up another guard. The one you have is decently close to the ring, so you can make a case at throwing a long guard here. Although I do like the idea of coming into the rings. So we'll see what they elect to do. Didn't see exactly where they kind of tapped the broom. Maybe did I miss that? Maybe if they're gonna go top 8ish, top 4ish. This one does end up ticking their guard and rolling open, and that's probably kind of worst case scenario for Team Martin, as it really uncovers shot rock and leaves a corner for them to kind of roll this too. So still does need to be made here, so we'll see this hit and roll to the wings here. Ooh, does just barely clear that corner guard. And that's twice now that they've been just kind of a bit much on the high side for Team Gim. So not sure kind of what happened. Maybe it's just a bit positive on the release there, but now Team Martin gets a break back here, and they're looking to just essentially pick out this red rock and kind of roll towards the wings here. They hit it just a hair, maybe a hair thinner than they'd like, and just kind of rolls over the top of that top red one. So, so Team Gim is now a shot rock here, with an opportunity now to draw behind those two guards here that aren't quite centers, but they're not corners, so we're gonna call them centers for now. I am being told that the late draw this evening will be the other last game tonight will be the to get the other A qualifier. So we'll know that after the results of some of these games going on today. Does make that come around draw. It is maybe half buried, and so accessible here with quiet wait. Definitely you should be able to get to it and keep the shoot around with the right weight. These are kind of my personal preference. I like kind of these soft weight shots here. First, I skips rocks here for Team Martin. Sweepers just scoring it down. Don't seem to be too worried about it. Now going a little bit here. The weight's a little down here. I don't know if they're gonna get to the inside of it here. And it is gonna end up being just a hair short, so does cut down the scoring zone. So it takes essentially that other red out of play. And I suppose that was probably, I guess, the call to begin with. And not really trying to take that out. But again, with Hammer, I think, without Hammer, happy to take a force here, right? Because the steal options weren't really great here. So now, a bit of a discussion here for Team Gim, right? You know, where can you draw here and not leave a double? You don't want to be too deep because then they can kind of sit down and on top of it, or a little tap even. A little discussion here. Quick look back at the home end, possibly looking at counting rocks to see what they're working with here the rest of the end. Yeah, the rock by Team Martin really kind of forces Team Gim here to take action, right? If they had just kind of hit that rock, hit shot rock for Team Gim and kind of rolled out to the wings, and it would be a straightforward hit and roll here. But now they've kind of decided, you know, with that there and the scoring area cut down drastically. I mean, realistically, where are they going here? Because they'd like to sit 1-2 after this, right? But again, don't want to leave Nancy a double back. You don't want to leave her something that she can freeze and sit onto and cut the scoring area down even more, right? So it looks like they're going to go to a very specific spot here. It looks like they're going to go... well, I thought they were tapping back 4 foot off to the side here, but that doesn't seem like back 4 ice, so we will see out of hand here, because that seems like not a lot of ice for back 4. Going hard now for weight and line here. Weight's going to be pretty close, and does end up settling side of the 4 foot 4 second shot. So pretty good effort. Like I said, I think I was personally tricked by the ice because it looked like they needed to take a touch more ice. And that's a sneaky good shot, because, you know, if Nancy hits it and rolls away, then they just basically repeat that draw. Or yeah, actually they probably take just the in-turn to the button. And if she rolls, or if she gets to nose, then they just have a hit and stick for 2 there. But it looks like Nancy's going to try to hit it on the high side and roll kind of far behind everything. Final rock for Team Martin. Looking for the hit and roll. Having to carve it here. You're seeing kind of switch over to this knifing technique to really try to entice the curl here. And it is going to make contact, but end up rolling. Does hit it too thin, and does roll. The shooter does roll out here. So Team Gim will have a draw here. Basically, just touched the forefoot for their two. And for those looking for more curling action, the next featured draw will be the Grandy Kaiser game. It'll be featured on CBC Sports for the next one. So 2 more draws today, and then we'll have more draws throughout the weekend. And for more information, feel free to check out Curling Zone, or if you're watching this, quite a few people are watching on this YouTube. If you just subscribe to the YouTube page, you'll be notified of upcoming events and broadcasts as they come live. Final rock for Team Gim. Again, looking just touch the 4 for their deuce. Looking to make a curl. It's hanging out here is a bit. This corner guard's, they're gonna be close to it. And they just do tick that corner. So Team Gim, still with their shot rock, will get a single point, taking a 4-point lead, or I'm sorry, 2-point lead, 4-2 over Team Martin, and they'll have hammer for after this break.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2022 Western Showdown, the largest international women's curling event in Canada this season. We're so glad you've decided to join us to see some of the top female curlers in the world participate in this event. My name is Jim Grundy. I'm the branch director of RBC Dominion Securities here in Swift Current. Our branch is not only a huge fan and support of curling in our community, we're so proud to be supporting the Western Showdown for its inaugural year. RBC is committed to working with our community partners to promote and celebrate vibrancy in sport in the communities in which we live. Thank you to everyone from the Western Showdown team for putting together this amazing event. On behalf of RBC, enjoy the tournament.
And we are back with the 6th draw of the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown. 8th ranked in the world, Eunji Kim of South Korea, taking on Team Nancy Martin, ranked 29th in the world in this A event semifinal game here. My name is Martin. I'll be doing commentary for this game, presented by Curling Stadium. Thanks for those that are joining us either on Facebook or YouTube. And we've got a good game so far. Aside from the opening end where Team Gim got a deuce, it's been mostly singles and some forces, some steals mixed in here. Been a tight game. Both teams have had some opportunities, but not the easiest shots. Little tricky nuances, whether there's a guard or there's a question of weight here. So we'll be in for an exciting finish here as we are in the 6th end of this game. So as far as this end is unfolding here, Team Martin has thrown up their corner, trying to get there too here. It is an even end, so definitely want to take advantage of the two hammers to 1 hammer situation. Team Gim, knowing that, has elected to go ahead and throw their first one into the rings, and now they are looking to kind of cap this one here. does have a bit of curling to do to kind of get it to cover it. I don't know if that's on the center line and not tickable, but even if it was, I think Team Martin is going to go ahead and draw behind their corner. So we'll see this come around attempt underneath the corner. Sweepers seem to be okay with this in terms of weight. I think I've heard, maybe back 4 or back 8, but now they're having to carve it to get it by that corner. Does wreck on that center guard. I don't believe that was on the center line, so I don't think it's subject to this no tick. Nancy's coming down the ice though, and I'm not sure what they're discussing here. But it looks like Team Gim is going to go proceed and look to throw up a center guard here. So now probably okay if they end up going in a similar spot where it's just to the side of the center line, right? Because they've got one on the low side. Now they can kind of get these guards staggered in a way here. Yep, and they're sweeping hard to try to keep it up here. Don't really want to cross the center. Yep, and it does cross over the center line. It's straight on the center line here. And now Nancy's gonna have a chance to double peel it. So, I think they were worried about bringing it closer to center here, or holding the line up, but then probably could have backed up for the weight here, because this should be a fairly straightforward double peel. Does make contact, hits it a little thin, and as a result, the top red rock just kind of squirts around and is left as a guard. Team Martin was able to spin one of their rocks into the top 12 foot, and it looks like Team Gim was going to have to make a play out and kind of remove that counter here. So we'll likely see them try to just get to the high side of this rock and kind of roll back towards the center. If you hit this on the low side, you kind of risk running it back towards your one that's in the rings here. So you want to be careful where you're hitting this rock here. And this one's they're going to have to carve this one to make it curl. Now they're straining it out here, so it does make contact on the high side and rolls in front of the one on the center here. The Team Gim sitting 1-2, so it looks like Team Gim with 2 in the rings now. Team Martin's going to have to kind of hit and roll their way to try to set up a 2 of their own somehow. So the first attempt here is going to be hitting and rolling off the one that's going to be kind of in that top 8 foot, and rolling back towards the rings here. This one's got some curling to do. Was going to make contact here, but probably a hair thin. Does hit it a hair thin, but with the weight, it looks like it is going to stick around in the ring. So it does stick around to the side here. And because it sticks around, Team Gim is going to have to deal with it here. So they are going to look to hit and roll big back towards the center line here. So not the easiest shot, especially out on these wings here. Sweeper's not worried about this one, just skating alongside of it, so it looked like it is going to make contact here, but all on the high side and ends up rolling out of the rings as a result here. So now we kind of addressed some of those rocks here, and with it rolling out, Team Martin is going to look to kind of sink one in under cover here. So trying to get back to use their corner guard. Going to be a little bit more room. The last time they tried this, they did end up wrecking on one of those kind of guards towards the center line here. This one appears to be a touch up here. And it, wow, okay, so maybe I cursed then. It does end up ticking on one of the guards that was up there. So Team Gim sitting 1-2 in the rings, out counting that little biter that Team Martins has. Will elect to throw up a center guard now. And we'll see if they're able to get this guard on the center line. They've had a few that kind of hung out a little bit here. This one they're going hard to keep it straight. Backing off a little bit now. Should finish in just nicely. Now they're switching to the curl side to get it. Yep. And, you know, they don't necessarily need to get that, you know, dead center, right? Because if they're making a play on this top one, there's a possibility that it does kind of jam or just stuff it on the one that's in the top of the forefoot. Probably would have liked that, just maybe touching the center line, but you know, a good throw nonetheless. So Team Martin looking for this double here. Just nose or maybe a hair low side. Should get them both moving here. On and off, good sign. Does make contact with both rocks here. Hits the back one just a hair thick, so the top rock will end up staying in the rings here. Thrown rock does stick and just bite in the ring, so technically it is a counter, even though Team Gim is shot rock here. So Team Gim will probably look to just kind of hit this one and flop over just about a stone's width to the left here and cover shot rock. Having to go hard on this one here. Ooh, and hits it on the low side. Having to go hard to sweep it, but now this end has just been kind of flipped around. Ends up getting rid of their shot rock. Team Martin with 2 biters now and plenty of guards to hide behind. So what looked like a steal or force opportunity, now you're looking at threes in play here for Team Martin. So it looks like Team Martin's going to elect to bring this one into the rings in maybe just like the top 12 range on the left-hand side here. Left-hand side as you're looking from the hack. So then whatever Team Gim does, they'll be able to have a kind of this rock to run into it. Yeah. Sweeper's just kind of backing off on it, and they're, yeah, bit light, and so I think Sweeper's kind of ended up getting off of it. And that's not going to be in a great spot for them because you can't really run anything. You back onto it, so. Now Team Gim will be able to draw, and if they're able to sink this one, say top 4 foot, maybe just bite the top of the button, it is going to be tough for Nancy to get there. Last rock for Team Gim here. Looking to draw in. Full 12 would get them shot here, but if they're able to get top 4, it increases their chance for a potential steal here. Having to go hard to carve it in there. Definitely want to get this buried as much as they can, even if you have to take it deep. Does end up sitting essentially side of the button, but only partially buried. I believe Nancy can see about half of this rock here, so yeah, if they're able to hit and move it out of the rings and stay, they're looking at 3 here. If you lose the shooter, you're still getting 2 here, so big opportunity here for Team Martin to tie this game up here, or even take the lead. Last rock, Team Martin, looking for the quiet hit. Sweepers indicate that this is heavy, and that is bored. Maybe she was looking for like kind of a hack waiter or just through. Having to go hard to carve it over, should make some sort of contact, and does drive this out. Does lose the shooter. And thanks to the overhead cam, it does look like it's going to be 2 yellow here. I think they're going to take a quick peek. Nope, already kicked it off. So with their deuce there, Team Martin ties it up. Team Gim will have hammer in the 7th end, which we'll have for you just after this break.
Hello everyone and welcome to the 2022 Western Showdown, the largest international women's curling event in Canada this season. We're so glad you've decided to join us to see some of the top female curlers in the world participate in this event. My name is Jim Grundy. I'm the branch director of RBC Dominion Securities here in Swift Current. Our branch is not only a huge fan and supporter of curling in our community, we're so proud to be supporting the Western Showdown for its inaugural year. RBC is committed to working with our community partners to promote and celebrate vibrancy in sport in the communities in which we live. Thank you to everyone from the Western Showdown team for putting together this amazing event. On behalf of RBC, enjoy the tournament.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
And we are back. Fun game to watch. Oh, that's kind of a cute, fun view. Get to see the people in the back there, and we've got a "Let's Go Korea" flag or sign. I'm not sure what that other sign read. I don't read Korean, but I've got to think it's something positive for Team Korea. And it's nice to see. This international field here at this event, right? At the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown, right? We've got teams from all over the country, or all over the world, I'm sorry. Canada, of course, is well represented at just pretty much any event in Canada, as you would expect. But a couple Swiss teams, a Swedish team, Italy, Korea. Trying to think if there's other teams that I'm leaving out here. Let me just pop into Curling Zone. Oh, yep. Team from Scotland. Team Gents out of Germany. Yeah. Team Morrison, another Scottish team here. Team Sasaki out of Japan here. So, yeah. And Team Yoshimura as well. So yeah, good to see an international field, and also to see all the Pacific Asia teams, right? I think that's just a great market for the curling community. It's great to see the expansion and how quickly they've gotten better as a region on this world international stage. So exciting to see all these teams compete, and I'm personally thankful for the coverage that Curling Stadium provides, right? As someone who is based out of the United States, I don't get a chance to watch a lot of curling historically, and so this year I've probably I've done more commentary on these games than I've gotten a chance to watch during COVID, so very exciting for me personally. So thanks to everyone that's joining us, whether you're watching us from the Facebook or the different YouTube feeds. We are this is the primary broadcast, I think, has been on the Curling Zone YouTube page, but this event is also being done, I believe, simulcast with the CBC Sports YouTube page, so that's fun. Anyways, getting back to our game here. Opportunities on teams for both sides, and so we end up being tied up after 6. So basically, it's a 2-end match at this point, right? Team Gim does have hammer here, so maybe slight edge towards them, right? There are no corners in play, right? Just everything kind of brought to the center here. The blank, right, is very, very good for Team Gim here, and Team Martin's gonna continue to kind of try to stack things in the middle and take away that blank. Although this one, I think we're We're going back rings here. It looked like it had way more weight than I thought here. So that does settle to make another kind of guard in the pile here. So now that is accessible, right? So you can make a play on the one that they just threw that's in the top 12 foot and kind of start getting stuff going here. Or you can look at taking the top one into that yellow one and kind of opening up here. I mean, I don't think you have to disturb the rocks that are in the rings right now, right? Because, I mean, technically you are shooting shot, right? And you take your 2 if handed it to you, of course, here. So we'll just go ahead and peel the top for now and see kind of what Nancy does. And I guess the question is to see who's going to kind of blink first when it comes to rocks in the house. Does make the peel and take the shooter off into a corner, right? So decent result here, and looks like Team Martin's just going to go ahead and put the guard back up here. This should be just fine here. Nice long guard here. Does probably want to get it a little bit. Yep, and couldn't quite see it there, but does make it to the center line. So good depth for that guard here. So it makes it very enticing to kind of start making a play at the rocks in the rings here, as it's open right now. So, asking the rest of the team down here to come have a discussion here. It's very tempting because the angles look favorable to them here. If you catch this yellow one just on the high side, you should be able to squirt that red one onto that yellow in the top of the 4 foot, and stick it, and then sit 2 that way with guards. So really, so then the guards become your friends at that point. But again, if you hit this the wrong way and the yellow red and the red goes on to the top side of that yellow, it may squirt back on the 1 in the back 4. So do want to make sure you hit this on the right side here. So this is going to be also quieter weight here. Well, no, actually, that's decent weight there. This one's all over the center line here, so this one is probably just going to go straight. Oh, does clear that top one and gets them all moving. What a shot. So Team Gibb now sitting 1st, 2nd, and 4th here. The shot rock is partially open here. So while I think Team Martin would like to get to the inside of it, if you ever wreck on the one in the top 12 foot, that's pretty bad for you. So I think they're just going to make the easier roll here and roll away. You don't see this often with teams without hammer, at least my understanding here, but this is definitely the safer shot, right? You can hit and roll towards the rings and still be shot. This one's curling pretty hard as well, having to go for a line here. Does clear the top guard, and it looks like it is going to rub off the one in the top of the 12 foot that I was just talking about. Does push it over to the side. It hit it thin enough where it doesn't really push it, deeper into the ring. So you can see from the overhead cam here that Team Gim is still first, second, and fourth. So now Team Gim's got a little bit of, they're in a good situation here. They're just discussing what kind of depth they want to be here. Effectively, they're guarding the one on the back forefoot, back button area. But where are you going to put it exactly? Do you want to put it, you know, top 8-ish, you know, so where you're sitting 3 essentially, right? You know, do you want to put it kind of almost frozen to that one that's on the top of the forefoot? I think they'll take any of those options, right? And that's kind of the luxury that they have right now, is that they've got a few different places where they can put this rock here. Yep. And just like the last Team Martin rock, this one's going to curl quite a bit too. Looks like the weight's enough to get by that top guard. And we'll end up coming in, and I don't know if that actually made it in for third. So yeah, looking at this overhead cam, it does appear to be third, I guess the new third rock. So Team Gim sitting 1, 2, 4, 5. And Team Martin's going to kind of talk about it. You can make a play at shot rock here, but then, you know, if you ever, again, if you get to the inside roll and stay for shot, then there's kind of this red onto red combination at the kind of from that 12-30 position. Very scary, very spooky when the other team is accumulating lots of rocks in play. And again, shot rock is open, but you know, it's still a scary situation here. So I think the initial talk was to hitting it and again rolling to the side there, not rolling under the center, but under that red kind of corner. You can do that. I don't know if you can get shot rock out of it, but you can definitely outcount the ones that are sitting elsewhere here. So sweeper's indicating this is just a hair up. Oh, and they're gonna have to curl if this is very close to that corner guard, and just gets it by, but does it hit it too thin? And it does. It rolls out. So it does get rid of a counter here, but now since they don't have to deal with the one that's kind of behind T, it looks like Team Gim can hit this one Martin rock that's off to the side here, and then sit 4. So with a bunch of different options for Team Gim to run back in anything should Nancy start going in the rings here. Sweeper's on and off this here, looking to get to the inside and kind of roll just behind cover here. Any sort of flop would be happy, but nose is just fine, honestly, because it doesn't really. They just had to get rid of that, right? If they roll too far, if they actually roll under back 4, then Nancy freezes. So now Where are we hiding here? Yeah, so the discussion here is you could make some hit and rolls. You could maybe get a double out of this, right? But then you're gonna leave. Where are you gonna leave it, right? It's kind of what's more important here for you. Is it more important that you're reducing count? Is it more important that you're hiding? You know, you obviously like to do both things at once here, but man, it's got to be. You're gonna have to be pretty precise here. So it looks like they are going to hit and roll this one kind of at the top right from the overhead cam, and just roll on top of Shot Rock, or you know, in that area, to just try to kind of secure something in there. Very important that they get the roll here, right? If they nose it, or if they roll, you know, towards the wings, it'd be disastrous for them. So first it skips rocks here. Looking for just the inside, the hit, and just kind of inside roll. Having to go hard for the sweep. They are very close to going right through everything, and they tap some stuff on the way by, and it is gonna squirt all the way to the back of the 12-foot. So it does stay in the rings, but 5th shot at this point. Gosh. Where do you go now if you're Team Gim? You can go lots of places here. If you'd like to guard Shot Rock here, but it looks like what they may be trying to do is some sort of combination where they kind of tap off one of their own and kind of spill and cover both draws here. Ooh. By them tapping the broom, it almost looks like they're trying to tap the high side of the rock that's on the top 12-foot, like towards the center line. But I mean, that's over buried by quite a bit. So from this hack view, it looks like, I mean, it's like over buried, but there may be just that much separation. They believe there's that much finish, right? Sweeper's on it early, out of hand here. And with this view here, we'll be able to see it as it comes in. So it does clear that yellow guard by quite a bit. Now, will it curl enough? That's the question here. Does curl in nicely. So it is going to sit in there for another counter. Does mostly cover covers that rock here. So Team Gim currently sitting 5. The only thing you have left is playing something on this intern side, whether it's hit and roll off that or just drawing back there. Ooh. I haven't had a chance to watch a lot of Nancy Martin over the years. I think I really remember her from some of the like power poses that you see for the Scotties and stuff like that. So, but it does appear she does prefer the hit. So we're going to see this attempted hit and roll against 5. Just cleaning out of her hand. That's asking to keep it straight now. Gonna have to be pretty precise. This is curling quite a bit. Does make the hit and rolls, and wow, does roll to and taps the one Gimstone. Will end up sitting second shot at the top of the 4-foot. So I mean, there is some in-offs here. There's this quiet red on the yellow combination that's on your 12 o'clock position. Either one, honestly. The one on the left-hand side from the hack, you kind of have to navigate the guard. The right-hand side one, you almost have to navigate that other redstone for a bundle, but you'd have to. Gosh, you'd almost want to throw this right because it's for like a bundle. I think they were set to draw initially, but looking at the hack, you're I don't know. Oof. They're gonna come talk about this, and I think you should. This is a very, very important shot here. Thanks to Cheryl who's joined us in the chat. This has been an exciting game, Cheryl. This has been definitely a good one. I've had a lot of fun commentating this game, even though I think I accidentally muted myself for like an entire end. Thanks to everyone that's joining us on YouTube. We've got right around 100 people, so great to see that. While they're talking over this shot here, we'll just take a quick peek and see what's kind of going on in some of the other games. Team Peterson up 5-3 over Team Yagi. Team Constantini has a slim lead, 5-4 over Team Farmer. They're in the 8th end. Team Morrison up 4-3 over Tiranzoni. Team Brown, they won their game early, 9-0 after 5, and Team Kim won their game 7-1 over Team Anderson. Alright, so while I was talking, it does look like they decided on this angle run here. They have to be careful that they don't hit their red rock that's also in the top 12, but essentially there's no risk on this shot and the reward's really good. So, final rock, Team Gim, looking for a run for a mittful here. They're going to be awfully close here. Wow, what a shot. That is going to be a 5-bagger. So, and we see handshakes there. What a shot. Risk reward definitely paid off here. So, Team Kim with the 5 ends this game. 9-4. Thanks everyone who joined us here for the A semifinal game between Team Gim and Team Martin. We'll have, if you're wanting more curling action, check out the links on the Curling Zone page. We'll have draws later today, but my name is Mark Ngo. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys. Or are we going to other sheets here? You can take a look around. There's some tight games here. I can see Korea over Anderson there, Farmer and Tiranzoni. Yeah, but I think this is it. I don't know if they're jumping to another sheet, but I'm just going to go and say thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys for the next game.